Good morning, everyone. It is March 29th. If you're just tuning in, the real show is going to start in about 8 minutes. We're going to do a little bit of a audio-visual voice warm-up, brain warm-up, remove the fog, wait for that Benadryl to kick in, because it's 5:22 on the West Coast. My body is still sleeping. My mind is not too far behind it. It doesn't seem like there's enough coffee to get the day going, you know? Yeah, my wife's a night owl. She'll stay up till like 1 a.m. and complain if I want to go to bed at 9, which I do. I'd love to go to bed. It's my favorite thing. So, doesn't always work out. It's when we get the 11 o'clock bedtime, 4:30 wake up. Not a good combination. Having routine is very important. This week I do not have my routine. All right. So, why don't we get started? Say hello to everybody. Nitra, Greg, Andre, Homebody, Mila, Paul White. Try the Robusta bean. All right. I'm down for new beans. Actually, I was just talking about trying some new stuff yesterday. The current beans we got getting kind of lackluster. You know, it's nice to toss things up. I had a hard experience becoming a big coffee snob like 5 years ago, and I had to take a step back from that snobbery. But it's a dark road. Once you get into like roasting your own green beans and sourcing some stuff and feeling fancier than you are, that was me. All right, we got time for a couple of ticker requests. If anyone has anything they want to take a look at, we're gonna get the old brain, the TA, and moving along. I was watching Tesla. We've been looking at Tesla for the last few days. So overall, the story of the day, and I'll get to this in the actual show, is the markets have done very well overnight, which means we got to be open for consolidation during regular hours because there's going to be some profit taking happening. So with all of that work having been done already, although we're very strong, we're going to be looking for hourly consolidation. So again, I am watching Tesla for hourly consolidation back down to this range. We've held it several times. We got a big breakout of our wedge. We're still in a 4-hour bull flag pattern. And as long as we hold 186.50, we're in half decent shape, okay? So I'm looking for bulls, and I'm looking for everything overall to have some hourly consolidation. And I'm looking for hourly higher lows over 185.43. That will change our overall hourly direction. It'll also fit the bill for that 4-hour bull flag. And if we're going to see continuation and strength in the overall market, Tesla's got a beautiful key area of support here that we can look to springboard forward from. RHM on EXTR. I'll give it a try. I'm already messing that up. RHM. Ooh. The Rheinmetall. That's pretty awesome. Okay, daily time frame. The Rheinmetall is looking a little bit tippy-toppy. Okay, so this is called, well, we often call this a reversal candlestick. If it's the bottom, they call it a hammer. If it's at the top, it's called a hanging man. But essentially what it is it signifies a shift in overall direction. So we have to add together our combination of factors to ask ourselves, are we more likely than not, to see a reversal up here? So the question always is context. How did we get here? We have seen pretty strong daily moves off the 230 lows. Bulls denying that move down by ramping up production. And then we see ourselves getting into a little bit of an exhaustive state. And we know we're getting close to an exhaustive state because we're getting close to daily overbought. So we have multiple days of green. We have ourselves a small little doji. We have a bearish attack. So that bearish attack, even though the bulls bought some of that dip, it shouldn't have been able to occur if the bulls were maintaining their strength. So there has been a little bit of a seismic shift in who controls the action right now. The question that comes to us then is what sort of price action has occurred inside these candlesticks. It's very possible that all we are witness to right now is a big 4-hour higher low, and we just ran out of time. So we need to investigate, but overall, this looks like the setups for a daily consolidation to kick off, in which case we're going to be watching the low of that candlestick tomorrow, and then we're going to look for daily consolidation down to maybe the 252.56 range, or maybe the 257. There has been a lot of resistance over here, so it's a good spot to find some support. So we can go plot that in. Let's put it right here. Okay. And then we go to let's go to the hourly time frame and ask how we got here. Don't have any extended hours. So this looks like a big shift. We've lost our overall 4-hour uptrend, or I should say we've lost our 4-hour higher lows. We now have an hourly low, an hourly lower high. And again, we're going to be watching the low of yesterday. If we lose this low, delayed data. Okay. All right, German exchanges. Okay. Bears want to take out 267.04. We're still looking for lower highs under 276.01. Our 50-minute time frame is going to be, it's not too bad actually. So let's look for, and this is what I would assume, not having any access to the real-time data, I'm going to assume it looks very much like this still. And I'm going to say, look, we got ourselves a 5 and 50-minute channel. I'm looking for hourly lower highs, our daily consolidation. So I'm looking to break 267.4. I would look for a short on the break of that channel with a stop right above the recent high. And then I would look to ride that down for some daily consolidation. All right. Good morning, Jason 525 AM here. Gross. I feel that, man. All right. Any other tickers? Get started here with the real show in about 2 minutes. What do you think, Andre? What's your assessment on that bad boy, Rheinmetall? Is it just me, or is like any German phrase like pretty decent for a dark metal name? Pickles. Absolutely. Can you look at DAX? Sure. We're going to speed run DAX because we got to get started in a minute here. The German Stock Exchange. All you Germans are awake, hey? Well, I guess it makes sense. I have no idea what time it is. I'm guessing it's like 3 o'clock? No idea. I suppose there are multiple time zones in Germany too. Daily time frame. Tightening up, so we're getting a bit of compression. Overall, it's not too dissimilar from what we're going to talk about in just a minute, with the fact that we've got these major areas of resistance overhead that we've not yet cleared. So until we have cleared those concisely, they are areas of resistance. We see an overall tightening range and a lot of room for daily higher lows. So we're going to be looking for this little wedgie action to break. If we see a loss of 15,105, then I'm going to be looking for daily higher lows above 14,812.68. If we can get things moving and really see like an exuberant market for the DAX to follow tomorrow, and I'm looking at you, New York Stock Exchange, then I want to see us go up to 15,706.37 as our daily resistance. All right, I'm feeling warmed up, okay? Good enough. Let's get started. Okay, not being German, but Dutch. All right. Okay, so name of the game today. Welcome to the pregame show. I think Dan's going to be covering tomorrow. And then Lori, I heard a rumor that she's going to be back on Friday, but I'm not 100% sure. But until then, we're here for you. Give me a follow on the Twitter. My name is Chart Guys Jason. I'm co-founder of the Chart Guys, usually hanging out in the chat room, answering questions. You can give me a follow there. I try to post little videos every day, every morning before the market opens to show you some bull and bear setups for stocks that I'm watching. We talk about both scenarios, so you can be reactive to both scenarios. I don't know if you want to play long or short, but we're going to prepare you for both directions, okay? All right, hey, Wave. Okay, team, the name of the game today is hourly consolidation. We have seen a pretty stupendous amount of strength overnight, and we're going to get into that in a little bit, but ultimately we're looking for a bit of fade. So, feels like a strong morning. It is a strong morning, but we need some hourly consolidation. So aggressive bears are going to be looking to push the price down, and bulls are going to be waiting for hourly higher lows. So those are the smart ones, right? We're not going to ramp in and buy the very tippy top after all of the bulls have already done the work. That's where they trick us. That's what the algorithms want us to do, but we know better. So we're going to take a look at our ES resistances and supports. I wrote them down here for you. Some of them have doubled up. You'll notice that our 4-hour and our daily time frame, they're the same thing. That's because of the speed at which we have moved today. So screenshot that if you need to. Go back if you need to. Daily time frame for our ES overall, we're up in this area of resistance again. So we keep running into this hurdle where we have clear and concise, repeated areas of basically maximum approachment. I don't know what you want to call that, but essentially we just keep seeing a lot of pressure up here. So just like on our DAX, it's going to be an issue for us until we get over top of it. Right now, we are right at that threshold where the bulls have pushed very hard overnight up into that range, and now we're looking for hourly consolidation. So a little bit more clarity is offered if we go to our hourly time frame, and there you can see that strength. There's that little bit of weakness we saw, our low 39.8075, and then look what the bulls have done overnight. They have just poured it on. How many candlesticks is that? More than overnight. Where's that session break? Doesn't matter. I'll just use a little calendar. Right here. So, here's about bedtime. And then we're moving on up. So, we've done a lot of the work already. We cannot ask the bulls to continue doing this without hourly consolidation. And now they are consolidating on the hourly time frame. We had a pretty triumphant stair-step pattern up. As long as we're over EMA 12, we're going to be in half decent shape. We're going to gauge the strength of the pullback here, and we're going to be looking for hourly higher lows. Why? Because of how much room we have. In fact, we can look for 4-hour higher lows. See what we're dealing with here? We just moved that aggressively on the 4-hour time frame over the last 16 hours. We're looking for big higher lows. Looking for higher lows. Let's treat this almost as like a big ascending triangle. Okay, we got our big compression here. So we're okay with the consolidation and tightening range as long as it stays within the confines of that pattern of behavior. 440.25 is our hourly high. We are looking for hourly resistance. Again, aggressive bulls are going to be looking for hourly higher lows. Some of them are going to be waiting at EMA 12. Some of them are going to be waiting at the 40.2375 former area support. Some of them right around that area, okay? And then we also have a real lack of action overall in this range. Whining dog. Poor wiener dog. So it's going to be a little bit easier for the bears to move down if they really, really want to. Ultimately, we are well positioned for hourly higher lows on the ES, so that's what I'm going to be waiting for. I'm going to check the cash markets as they open, look for some flushes, look for some signs of strength. Because we're getting gap up situations on our SPY, our internals are going to have a high ADD to open. And we're going to be looking for bull volume. And we're going to be looking for at least flat or bull volume while our price consolidates to the hourly on the hourly time frame to the downside. So I want to see is a pretty steady and pretty flat exchange of volume, and ideally tick not really too suppressed under zero. Looking for that hourly flush and then build from there. So I want to see weak bears consolidating in the absence of bulls. Smart bulls are going to be waiting, so they're not going to be participating, which is going to give us a more of a flat trajectory, ideally. So let's go to the 50-minute time frame real quick. See how quickly we moved up, maintaining. Well, now we're in a 15-minute downtrend. Yeah, I like the 40.2375 area. Half decent little spot. Yeah, hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. That'd be great. That like button tells YouTube, who's really our boss at this point on the stream, that you like it and maybe other people would like it too. It's really the only way that you can recommend it to other people. So if you get any value out of it at all from me or Lori or anything, or you just like hearing about random tangent stories, I really do appreciate that like button. Helps quite a bit. Okay, ES. Aggressive bears pushing down, looking for hourly consolidation. Let's go look at the NQ. Here are your NQ levels. Go screenshot that bad boy if you want to. And you can see we have an overall tightening range, right? Daily time frame, we got more resistances overhead. And we're above that key level. This chart's pretty nice. What we see overall in the 4-hour time frame is a lack of commitment on the side of the bears. This should have been a pretty impressive, or it was an impressive opportunity for the bears. The fact that the bulls have pushed up and have shown that much interest overnight is pretty telling. So again, we are looking for hourly consolidation. Bulls have done a triumphant move here of holding on and minimizing the pullback on each of these little attempted bearish pushes. Right now, we are looking almost like a bull flag with these lower lows, and maybe the little outlier is a little bit strange here, but the sentiment is the same. Whether you want to call it a technically perfect bull flag or not, that's up to you, because it's not a technically perfect bull flag. But you know what? The psychology is the same. We've had a significant move, and we are going sideways. However, we're going sideways. We would need to go sideways for quite a bit more time for us to really feel more confident, because I am still looking for hourly higher lows over 12,762. We've done a lot of work here. There's a real lack of liquidity in this area, so it's likely to be retested. And we have like a little bit of a liquidity gap down here around the EMA 12. Yikes. Overall, though, bull's looking great for hourly higher lows. And on the daily perspective, this chart is set up more effectively than the ES, because the ES has this big old cloud of resistance that we just needed to get over top of. Okay. So, as always, we're watching our 4 main indices. We're going to go to the YM. Daily time frame. YM looking great. Again, key areas of resistance we need to get over top of. In this case, the close of 32,774. And then we got another daily resistance up here. 4-hour time frame, cruising, 4-hour higher lows. Bulls in control. Solid 16 hours of trading. And the hourly time frame just starting to consolidate now. So as long as we maintain hourly higher lows over 32,695, bulls in great shape. I would love this hourly higher low to come in now, right above our EMA 12, right above that same little projected area of resistance. That would be fantastic for the bulls. Not quite a bull flag, but certainly consolidating well and holding up well. And we just want to see that sort of action continue. I like the volume. 15-minute time frame for the bears and 5-minute time frame for the bears. Waiting for that cash open, which is about 50 minutes from now. We'd like to see a 5-minute trend change, and just to maintain this pace, bulls looking pretty nice, pretty tasty up here. Lastly, let's go check out the Dirty Russell, and then yeah, Russell. Oh, man, guys. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Maybe I need more voice warm-up. Russell on the daily time frame. We still have these, you see, like, just if you want to visualize just this mess that we need to get over top of the Russell, you just go and plot on each of the closes. And it's not perfect, but that imperfect perspective is really important, because there is no real hard line for horizontal resistance that matters. It's incredibly rare for us to go up to a single decimal point in price and wait for the reaction. It's constantly fluid. So having these multiple areas of projected trendline resistance really paints a different picture for us. Another way we can do that is just drawing a box. There's a box. Somewhere in that box, we're going to look for major resistance. So we're not quite there yet. Daily time frame is higher lows, higher highs. We know, correction, the 4-hour time frame, higher lows, higher highs, approaching that area of resistance. So if we are able to see a solid hourly higher low, we have 4-hour higher lows, and the rest of the exchanges push up, we could look to see how does the Russell react. If the Russell has a lot of issues here, we're more likely to see the daily time frame on our other indices pull back and respect those similar areas of resistance up here. On the hourly time frame, nice consolidation, definitely not a bull flag. And we're going to look for one sister step pattern down. That low doesn't matter too much. This is a problem. Look how quickly we moved. We've done all that work without consolidating, and now the bears are just stepping back. So we got a pretty big range where we haven't seen much price action. And that's what we want to do. We want to sort of dip back into this little chunk, which is fine, right? We're looking for those 4-hour and hourly higher lows, and then look for the bulls to step back in. So we're getting a little bit more of this done pre-market on the Russell than I expected, but overall still maintaining a nice, healthy perspective. Okay, let's go check out our overall sectors. So for our stronger names, we had XLI, we had XLP, we had XLE. Both of those are doing well. We have broken daily highs, except for XLI. So XLE leading the pack. Looking for a little bit of consolidation out of these names and into our tech and into our XLV. So what I'd like to see is a little bit of a red day for these tickers. XLE in particular has been doing very, very well. A lot of room for higher lows on some smaller time frames. And I'd like to see our tech sector have a good day. We already know we're gapping up a little bit higher. So 145, 145.29 for our XLK looking good. And we want to see that strength and all that pressure rotate back into XLK, XLV. If that's the case, we're far more likely to have upside because these are such heavily weighted sectors on the S&P. XLF, sort of still sideways. We are getting a little bit better as far as our banking scare goes. And there is a Congress presentation today, 10 a.m. Eastern, I believe, where someone, Barr, I think, is testifying about some of the banking volatility. So keep an eye on that, all right? Watch those charts. Watch those charts. Let's go check out the dollar really quick. Dollar on the daily time frame. We are in a bit of balance between our lows and our highs, and we saw a lot of action pre-market. So where are we here? 50-minute time frame, seeing that big spike up. We have resistance at 102.744. And I know that our treasuries were slipping a little bit, which is going to help the markets. So you want to keep an eye on those as well. Bulls want to break over 102.744. We're likely to be overbought in the short term. In fact, I think this is a little bit of a 5-minute pullback right now. Yes, it is. 5-minute overbought. Higher lows, higher highs. Watch for EQ. Ideally, we don't want to break that 102.74 level. If we get a bit of an hourly run going on our DXY, it's going to be negatively impacting our ability for the market bulls to push higher. Right now, we are just in balance between our lows, our highs, trying to form that higher low. So very important to keep an eye on our dollar, especially with this short-term volatility, because it is going to have an impact on our short-term SPY charts, our QQQ charts, our overall market. Right? Let's go take a peek at U.S. oil. Oil on the hourly time frame continuing inside this broadening formation we talked about yesterday, setting hourly higher lows and higher highs. So we're going to develop a new trend, and our focus is going to shift onto that trend. If we see a big amount of weakness or a flush over the next like 12 hours or so, we're going to see how aggressively we move down, and we would be looking to be beyond oversold on the hourly time frame by the time we would reach a projected or anticipated or speculated, if you whatever you want to call it, broadening formation resistance. So the fact is, at that point, we're going to hit other hurdles. So we'll be focusing on those. Those hurdles being hourly or 50-minute oversold. See how our little gray line is cropping up here? Anytime you have a substantial move, you look to see what your first obstacle is. The way I ask it or look at it is I say, if I was a robot and I'm calculating all the scenarios out, where is the first level that I would look for some sort of target to be? So an EMA, a previous resistance level, an RSI, those sort of things. And I'm going to hit that RSI right now before I would hit that projected level. Overall, though, hourly time frame is looking good for the bulls. We're getting pretty tired on the 4-hour, so we are looking for some more 4-hour consolidation and on the daily time frame as well. Nice move on the bulls side of things. Natural gas, new contract, we've rolled over, so opening a little bit higher here this morning on the hourly time frame. Pulling back now, we have our $2.12 little support level from previous contracts. So that means a little bit less. But ultimately, I'm going to be looking for this sort of action to continue inside this range, looking for a flush and looking for an hourly lower high. Gold continuing inside its 4-hour equilibrium, trying to set a 4-hour higher low right now. Nice and methodical so far. And we're going to look for that higher low and a bull move back up to and beyond 1975. Ultimately looking for some slowdown. I would say in the 1975, looking to slow down in the 1990 area, previous area of resistance support. That would be a nice target for the bulls to maintain this 4-hour EQ. 50-minute time frame bulls, trying to change it up here. Looking for, I guess, an hourly higher low. If we get that hourly higher low, that would constitute our 4-hour higher low, and that would fit the bill for the rest of that conversation we just had. So all eyes on the 5-minute trend above 1958. Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a lot of fun last night. So seeing some big moves off the lows yesterday. When did we talk about it? We talked about it at the midday show. Yeah, where we were saying, look, we tested the low. We broke below $26,525. If we do that again and dip below that level, that is not good. What we need to see is bulls willing to step in and buy that pressure. We have an area of support. We like dipping into those little levels, but we want to see the inability of one party to really capitalize on those sort of moves. That's what the shorts are waiting for, or the bear players are waiting for on our ES names, on our NQ names. We're right up against that area of resistance. Just like the Russell, we're right up against that area that has been historically very difficult to get into. So as we move into those levels, there are going to be players who are betting that we're going to stay and respect the boundary. So that's what happened here. We have a dip below. If we saw another low under the 26,525 level, that would tell us that those players are not interested anymore. They're weaker. They're not showing up. We got a higher low. 4-hour time frame, got a higher low. Again, got a higher low. And then we move into inside bars and a bull break right where? Right back up to that 28,000 level. So profit taking coming in. We're staying inside this range. It has established itself for quite a while. And now we are just playing within the confines of it. So what do we need to do? We need to get back up into this range, set higher lows, show us that we do not have the selling pressure to maintain that area of resistance, just like the inverse of what we saw down here. We need to get some higher lows, push back up above that 28,000 or very close to it, and just not see any bear volume. That will signal that we are ready to move on outside of this janky daily bull flag into our next target, which is really not too far away. It's $30,000. So it's a psychological level. Our RSI will be overbought in the daily time frame because we're starting to just cool off by a little bit of room for it. But until then, we are choppy sideways inside this very established range. Hourly time frame looking for a little bit of a bull flag here. That would be pretty cool. If we can get that bull flag, that would definitely put us on a trajectory to our target that we just mentioned. So let's go measure out the price range of that. Come on. I always forget where it is. There it is. Price range. So flag high to flag low. We'll draw this on our execution whenever we start to follow through. And that puts us where? 29,200 level. All right. Not quite that 30,000. Pretty close. Hourly time frame looking great for Bitcoin. What else have we today? Hey, win for you. Hey, Kay, hey. All right, I think that's it. That is our show. We got to go get ready for the chart, guys. Dan's going to be streaming in 10 minutes. And before I go, I want to remind everybody that we're doing a little bit of an open house action today. So 5 p.m. Eastern, we're doing a webinar. Let me go grab the details of that for you because my friend did share it with me and asked me to share it with you. Where are we here? So many screens to look at. Promise you it's coming. Yeah. So today's live stream, 5 p.m. Eastern, trading routine benefits. Dan's going to be doing that one. Stay tuned. It's going to be on the primary screen for us. So the main YouTube channel, you'll see it there. If you lose the link, you check out our Twitter. Again, my name is Chart Guys Jason. Filling in for Lori. I promise you she'll be back. You get your regular programming again. It's so good, isn't it? Lori's show. Give me a follow. Okay, that's it for now. I think Dan will be here tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.